Do you ever feel like no matter how much you improve on something, it's just never enough? Like there's always a constant feeling of inadequacy. Like society is telling you that you have to do more. For example, I'm pretty sure that I caught the flu this weekend and I literally feel like shit right now. But I am forcing myself to make this video because self-improvement culture has convinced me that I have to uphold my streak of uploading at least once a week. It's like I have to strive to upload consistently and push out content weekly in order for the algorithm to like me. And because I really just love maintaining a streak. Like, why else would I have an almost 8-year streak on Snapchat? In this video, I want to talk about the exhausting reality of constant self-improvement. My YouTube channel mainly focuses on self-improvement, but I think it's important to understand why trying to improve yourself 24/7 can be draining and how to find a healthier balance. I feel like mainly with millennials or Gen Z, there's been a really strong emphasis on TikTok or Instagram on 3 types of women. First, the high-value woman. She's highly educated and independent. She never reacts with her emotions. She knows exactly who she is and doesn't need external validation. She has high standards because she is the standard. Her value and worth are high and she stays away from low vibrational people and situations. Second, the it girl. Her aura is magnetic, and the way she carries herself is mesmerizing. She knows her value and what she brings to the table. She stays in a person's memory, and her confidence is seen as a threat to insecure people. Third, the girl boss. She takes charge, knows her worth, won't accept less than what she deserves. She has goals and makes them a priority. I feel like these 3 women share a common trait. Their confidence and determination drives their success so they can get whatever they want. Whether that be their dream relationship, their dream job, their dream body, their dream friends, or whatever it is, they know they can get it, and their masculine energy is through the roof. So many social media influencers push us to be our best selves 24/7. They'll say things like, oh, just manifest and detach, as if it were that easy. And for some people it might be. Some people are really good at manifesting and detaching, and for other people it's not as easy. Don't get me wrong, okay, I'm not saying that those things are bad, because there are so many benefits to manifesting, detaching, knowing your worth. Those things are literally the core of my content because I know that it can lead to personal development, it can lead to growth, ambition, feeling empowered. It's literally helped me in so many ways. But it's kind of like a double-edged sword because when I pushed myself too hard, it also made me feel really bad about myself. I feel like when you aren't able to find a balance, it can really end up hurting you. Constant pressure to improve can be overwhelming, whether it's from society or yourself. I heard this saying on TikTok recently that was like, what version of you do you have to be in order to finally allow yourself to just be happy? Constantly seeking to improve can lead to mental and physical exhaustion. Like, imagine you're going through a breakup and all you hear is people telling you,
oh, just go to the gym, just let that gym fuel you so that you can get your dream body, and then your ex is gonna regret everything and you're gonna be super hot.
On the one hand, yes.
Well, yes.
Working out is great. I love it. I do it personally. But I feel like the pressure to work out excessively after a breakup, instead of taking the necessary time to work on emotional healing from it, can just lead to burnout and anxiety. Then when you think you're ready to start dating again, you'll realize that you never took the necessary steps to process your feelings and heal. So then when you're back into the dating scene, you're dating the same type of person, just with a new face and a new name.
It feels good to be moving on.
Yep. Bye-bye, Spencer. And welcome back, Spencer.
Striving for perfection and comparing yourself to others can just make you feel inadequate. And then what happens? Your self-esteem and your mental health get worse. I was telling a friend last week that when we try so hard to detach, it's actually doing the opposite by creating resistance because we're holding on to an outcome. Detaching shouldn't be hard to do. It should be easy. That's the whole point of detachment. So if you're finding it hard, maybe detaching shouldn't be your main focus. Maybe you need to do something first before you're able to detach. What you resist usually ends up persisting and gains momentum because there's literally no fooling your subconscious. Instead of being so focused on moving onwards and upwards, we should be trying to balance our masculine and our feminine energy. And if you aren't familiar with those concepts, I'll try to explain it in the simplest way possible. Understanding these energies helps you find a balance between improving yourself and maintaining your well-being. It's the law of gender, not to be confused with literal genders. It has nothing to do with social constructs. It's all about energy, the yin and the yang. Masculine energy is goal-oriented, logical, driven, and focused on creating a desired outcome. When it's out of balance, you might end up forcing that desired outcome, leading to resistance. Feminine energy is internal. It's nurturing, creative, and intuitive. So masculine is about doing, and feminine is about being. Now, if your internal is all out of whack, your external is going to reflect that. You can't create a life you love without balancing both energies. For example, when I was trying so hard to get over an ex, I would tell myself,
I'm over him, I don't miss him, I'm the one that got away, I don't care about him anymore.
Sure, Jan.
and then my coach just told me one day, you know, it's okay to have two feelings at once, right? Like, you can miss him and know that letting him go was necessary for your well-being. And I was like, oh wow, like, okay, yeah. I was so focused on the doing, which was like getting over the breakup, getting over him, instead of the feeling, which was unveiling the core beliefs I had about myself so that I could finally start healing. Now you might be wondering, how do you find that balance? Here are 3 tips. 1. Set realistic and achievable goals. As a content creator, I'm not going to make it a goal of mine to reach 1 million subscribers in 1 month. I'm not going to let numbers define me because numbers are out of my control. So instead, I make it a goal of mine to talk about topics that I'm passionate about and positively impact others and post consistently so that I can see my vision come to life. 2. Take breaks to rest and recharge because that will prevent burnout. And 3. Practice self-compassion. It's okay to not be perfect and take things at your own pace. Celebrate your achievements instead of always focusing on what needs to be done next. One strategy that I use is I'll whip out my journal or my notes app and I'll write about the things that I've achieved throughout the day, the week, the month, or even the year so far. Because I noticed that a month ago I was beating myself up over not achieving 1 out of the 8 things that I told myself I was gonna do for the week, because I have this thing called my get shit done list, and I didn't achieve one of the things, and I was literally like, I'm a failure, like, why couldn't I do this one thing? I suck. I had to remind myself to have grace. Just because I didn't complete everything on my list doesn't make me a failure. And tomorrow, as cliche as it sounds, tomorrow is literally just another day for me to start fresh. I deserve to take breaks, and by practicing gratitude and focusing on the good in my life instead of what I lack, it literally just helps me to stay positive. Practicing mindfulness and self-care helps me to stay grounded. So I'll do guided meditations or set aside time for me to do hobbies that I love, like creating content even when I feel like shit, because it keeps me connected to my feminine energy. I know this video is a little different from my usual content, but I just wanted to come on here and tell you that self-improvement is a journey, not a race. Take it slow and find what works for you, because as humans, we are constantly learning and changing and growing in our own way, and our experiences shape our growth. If your goal is to be a high-value woman or a girl boss or an it girl, that's great, but just make sure that you're maintaining a healthy balance. I want to create a community that is supportive in celebrating our big and small wins while incorporating rest, which is exactly what I should be doing right now, because I feel like literal shit. Damn. I think I just swallowed a loogie. Fuck. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, prove it by giving it a thumbs up and leave a comment below letting me know one thing that you achieved this month. I don't care what it is. It could be the biggest thing. It could be the smallest thing. I just want to know because I'm nosy and I'm curious and I want to be here to support you. I hope I wasn't loud because I cannot hear anything right now. Everything is kind of muffled. I feel like I'm in an airplane.